Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search. False alarm. Standing down.
I know there's a restricted section of the university. You think the students never notice who comes and goes?
It does not matter what you may have or heard before you graduated. Overseer. That is not my concern. Oh, I see one of your residents has arrived. Come here. We need to discuss this ridiculous request of yours. The Overseer mentioned there would be more people coming. I was programmed to run this university. Assuming there even is a restricted section, and I am. Faculty and staff determine who goes.
I might be the only human being connected to this place that's still alive. My authority doesn't override yours?
No, it does not. And for the record, I was the dissenting opinion on fast-tracking your overseer assignment. You are not pushing your way through me. There is one thing I need. A new graduating.
You mean the vault simulation? That's ridiculous.
My programming dictates that this university, the simulation, will be run by the Mr. Handy. You will be given a scenario that you need to. Producing quality graduates is the very found. Glad we agree in this test. Your chief.
I'm not familiar with this test scenario. Professor Bott must have come up with it on his own. A vault simulation run by robots. Be prepared for anything. Just remember, the goal of all these simulations is to keep the vault running. And under
Complete
your
your task, and we can talk about granting permission to the restricted way. Multiple hostile targets detected.
Just little old
Please
me.
step into the
Nothing to be
open
afraid of.
and identify yourself.
Much get
Law-abiding
off,
citizens have nothing to fear. Secure approach and identify yourself. Citizens, law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
You the new overseer? Heck of a boiling pot you're stepping into. Little tiff between the engineers and the med staff is ready to blow. There was a reactor leak. Kellerman, head engineer's apprentice, rushed in to fix it. Poor kid got a full dose of rads. That's not the worst of it. Dr. Loris, head of the medical team, refused to send in help. Quarantined the reactor area so nobody died trying to go in there. Head engineer Brass accused the doctor of murder. Then, a couple days later, people noticed that one of the doctor's assistants, Estella, was missing. Everyone thinks it's a revenge killing. An eye for an eye. No. There's no evidence, no weapon, not one speck of blood. I'm at a loss, Overseer. Need you to make sense of all this. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. I'll be here if you need me, Overseer.
We should keep moving. Sooner we're done, the better.
Attention. This is now a combat zone. You may suffer harm up to and including death if you remain in the area. This time will be fired right off.
Ah, Overseer. I'm so glad you've stepped into this little mess of ours. I'm sure you'll resolve the matter swiftly.
No hostiles detected. Standing down.
Oh no, there's a full medical staff. I'm afraid I can't really comply with that request, Overseer. Very well. As long as you take all the necessary precautions. Here. How can I help? I don't have a feud with Brass. He has a feud with me. I'm only doing my job, Overseer, looking out for... And I'm sorry to say that, in my medical opinion, the chief engineer is suffering... Oh, nasty business. But I'm not going to apologize for it. It had to be done. As doctors, we take an oath to do no harm. But some... Simple. You can authorize me to place the head engineer under medical supervision. There might be some protest, but I think Of course, it's you. I'm at your service. Like I said. Simple. There might be some. course, it's you.
Overseer, huh? We'll see. Not yet. No. Don't care what security says. Dr. Loris had no right to quarantine the reactor. Leaving Kellerman to die? Murder. That's all there is to it. I want justice, Overseer. Did they tell you how me and my crew scoured every inch of this vault looking for her? Yeah, that's right. Every loose access panel and every vent. You think I wanted anyone else to die? The only one here that cold-blooded is Dr. Loris. He proved that with Kellerman. Couldn't, could we? Only Loris and his staff have access once an area is quarantined. No. Half this vault thinks he did the right thing. You do anything to him now, that split will turn violent. I want him exposed. Prove to everyone that he's the bad gear in this vault's engine. Huh. Fine. When you're ready to step up and be the Overseer, you let me know.
Good day to you!
vault simulation run by robots. Be prepared for anything.
Anything for the vault, Overseer. Like I said, simple. There might be some. Of course, it's...
Please stand clear. This is now a free fire. intruder detected. Beginning search. Engaging hostile.
How can I help? Like I said, in my... Simple. There might be some... Just take my diagnosis over to the security team and say that you agree with my recommendations. Once any unpleasantness is dealt with, I can guarantee you that the vault will be back to peace and quiet in no time.
Yes, Overseer? Said it before. Loris put on a good show when he quarantined the reactor area. But what if more happened than folks remember? A few selective edits to the security recordings, and we can make sure everyone sees Loris for what he really is. Now, I can't just waltz into the security office, but you could, being the overseer and all. You're out then? Fine. Hope your moral compass doesn't send...
He's laying it on a little thick, but good on you for showing some integrity. There's a better way. We'll find it.
area secure.
Just remember, the goal of all these simulations is to keep the vault running, and under your authority.
Overseer's personal journal. 4 years of living, learning, and breathing Vault Tech. Graduating with honors in the Overseer track. Dad was so proud. Came out even though he was already so sick. I must have impressed the right people because I was offered the next available Overseer slot. I had just graduated. It was supposed to take years. Maybe they knew the war was inevitable. When I learned that 76 was going to be built, I was so excited I jumped right out of my chair and did a little dance around the living room. Appalachia would be safe, no matter what happened. Evan chose that moment to propose. A lughead. He knew I wouldn't say no after hearing the news. He knew me better than anyone. Dad died a few months after Evan and I moved in together. He really wanted to walk me down the aisle. Well, I didn't really get to walk down there either, so... I think it's time I went home. I owe Evan that much.
A vault simulation run by robots. Be prepared for anything.
Stella, Dr. Loris's assistant. I snuck into the reactor to help Kellerman, but there's not enough time. The reactor is going to go critical. I'm dosing Kellerman with enough Radaway so he can finish fixing it. But the radiation is going to get us. At least the vault will be safe.
Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Did you have a question, Overseer? You found her? Poor lass. I'm guessing she didn't make it. Let's take a listen then. So she wasn't murdered. She was trying to save Kellerman. Two of them ended up saving us all. This is big news, Overseer. We take this to Brass and Loris, it could end the infighting for good. At once, Overseer! Everyone, gather in the common area! We have an important announcement from the Overseer.
What's this about, Rulz? I have a charge to update.
Maybe the Overseers finally decided to throw your murderous backside in jail.
That's enough! The Overseer has discovered what happened to Estella. This holotape proves she went into the quarantined reactor area on her own. She and Kellerman saved the vault.
They work together? Medical and engineering?
Oh, we've been fools, Brass. Bickering like two old men while the young ran off to solve our problems. It should have been us.
I actually agree with you.
So that's it then? No more arguing? You'll both work under the Overseer's authority?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the right thing to do.
Alarm. Standing now.
me coming. Now I have to... bloody fast.
Kill. Your is requested. Well, it appears you passed the test, barely exceeding my low expectations of you. Everyone is a critic. You are lucky. This university does not have a disciplinary program. For being a smart ass, you are now an official graduate of Voltech University, entitled to access to the restricted wing. Back down in the vault, simulation space is a maintenance area. It conceals a secondary room that I believe will have what you are looking for.
It was almost good to see you again, Professor Bott.
Yes, Overseer, I suppose it was. Congratulations on one of your residents passing the program. You must be proud.
Actually, I am. Afraid I don't have my old cap and gown to share with you. Hopefully, what we'll find in the restricted wing will be even better.
Intruder, identify yourself. All clear.
past this maintenance area is the restricted wing.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search. Commencing attack. Kill.
Someone who needs me to kick their ass? Like this is
Scanners detecting sentient life. Alert level elevated.
Here, this has to be it. Let's see what they left behind.
of Congress and our armed services to a very special Vault-Tec presentation. Gold. This rarefied metal has been the backbone of trade since time immemorial. And in the event of nuclear war, this precious resource will once again become invaluable to rebuilding America's economic future. That is why Vault-Tec has been commissioned to build a different and very real vault. Named for the atomic number of the metal it will guard, Vault 79 will be the new home for all of America's gold reserves. Fort Knox will secretly be retired and emptied. Its gold bullion transported to the new vault, where it will be safe behind Vault-Tec's top-of-the-line automated security. Biometric recognition to verify authorized personnel. Sophisticated laser grid fields to ward off intruders. And, in the unlikely event of a breach, military-grade defensive turret systems built in partnership with our friends at Robco. All of this, along with Vault-Tec's signature lead-line containment walls, airtight construction, fusion-powered generators, and automated manufacturing facilities. Vault 79, a golden future for the America we all know and love. Brought to you by Vault-Tec.
For once, the rumor mill gets it right. There is a treasure in that vault. All of America's gold reserves. Not as much today, but that's just it. Put aside the base instinct of hoarding wealth. What could we do with a vault full of precious metals? Exactly. No more barter or wild, unregulated proxies. It won't happen overnight, but one day we could have leverage to create a new economy. Property rights, taxes, laws, a government. Our mission is to rebuild this country, remember? We were an economic powerhouse once. We could be that again. And it could start right here, in Appalachia. Of course it's about control. The control to bring order to all this chaos. Do you want to keep living in this wasteland? The American government, built on the American dollar, gave you your freedom. Not only that, it gave you protection, rights. If you won't do this for your country, then do it because we don't have a choice. People are going to try to get into that vault. They'll die trying to get through security. They'll die fighting over the gold, even if they do get through security. And if keeping all that from happening isn't enough for you, then I guarantee you, there's other things in that vault to plunder. Things we don't want in someone else's hands. We won't be able to do it alone. We need help. Even more importantly, we need people to buy in. See that gold as their future. Fortunately, you just made contact with two large groups of people who both seem to have their own talents. Appalachia isn't just ours anymore. We need people whose talents aren't covered in the Vault Tech training manuals. Look, talk to them both. See if they can help us. We can plan more once we know what all our options are. Talk to the newcomers. We'll need them if we're gonna get into that vault. I'll meet you back in Sutton. Talk to the newcomers. We'll need them if we're gonna get into that vault. I'll meet you back in Sutton.
boy. Well, you didn't chicken out and you didn't fuck up, so that's a win in my book. Now put that thing out of its misery so we can get to the next task. Oh yeah, I've got another task for you after this. To the wise, that karma stuff can backfire on you if you're not careful. And take it from me, you don't want to use it on yourself. Unless, you're really confident you can kill everything around you before it wears off. Okay, next we got explosions. The trappers would rig up bait with explosives to take on some of the more dangerous game out there. I want you to go make some explosive bait and don't blow your fingers off in the process. You're not a robot like me. No replacement hands for you.
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yes, security is our priority. In case of fire, please follow posted evacuation instructions. Tours of the White Spring Fire Station are available upon request. In case of fire, please follow posted evacuation instructions.
Mr. Ainsley, I wanted to remark upon the fascinating design of your new Spring Hill golf course. You appear to have 7 holes. 7. Glorious number. 9. Or perhaps 6. Right. But 7. Most courses put ever so much effort into varying their holes. You always have like your third so much. You repeat it immediately. Take the cart paths. One normally takes such little note of them. I had a wonderful chance to reflect on that during the 3-mile drive from the 5th hole to the 6th. And then 7. Ah, 7. Such a slope. It would make a fabulous speed run. Not that teeing off with a 400-yard putt wasn't a unique experience. I confess, when I heard you had carved up your championship golf course for housing tracks, I was concerned it might have impacted the quality a little. Clearly, I underestimated the scope of your ambition. Or yours. Henrietta Winchester.
Heroes don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
A bunch of nerds arguing over comic books.
Can always use an extra hand around
There are
here.
more important things to worry about.
I think with all that tinkering Skippy does that he'd have come up with something more medicinal.
There's times you've got to accept the cards you were dealt and learn to make the best of it.
Security operation in progress.
Mr. Della Ripa only likes to organize his stamps. Nothing else. Oh, if only he would dust those shelves of his. If you want to taste some, the White Spring is in shambles. A mess. How can I clean that which continues to dirty itself? Oh, these responders have gone too far. The better question is, what is right? Everything has run amok. Chaos. Chaos. The responders have taken over the White Spring. Imagine all of the dirty footprints on the carpet. Dust all over the tables. The horror.
And Esme's got something going on in the kitchen she could use a hand with.
Well, I shall certainly see what I can do about that.
It's some sort of relief effort. If only there was... I am but a humble servant of the White Spring Resort, dedicated to greeting each guest, or I was, back when our guests... That would be the enigmatic Orlando. They oversee the White Spring and are allowing the... Tannen could prepare you a drink at the bar. Just go easy on him. His processors have been overloaded lately with all of the orders he's getting.
Orlando is very charming, but to be honest with you,
Tannen!
I'm not really sure why they're
Another scotch.
Ma'am.
Check in with the medics.
What about
if
you,
you're feeling
Liz?
under the weather.
Have you made up your mind yet?
Oh, Bill's keen on Charleston. We were social with the governor. I'm sure he'll make arrangements for us.
¿no?
Evans,
¿Qué tal? No esperaba visitas, pero...
¿En serio? Ese Harvey me tomó por... Ve con cuidado ahí fue, con la que está cayendo. Cualquiera de aquí.
No tenemos camas disponibles para aquellos que solo están asustados. Hay que...
Sí, que no te quepa duda. Joder, perdona. Y así fue. Pero se ve que el agujero no era tan... De haberse dado cuenta, me habrían pegado. Aquí el médico dice que tengo la sangre intoxicada por...
Bueno, técnicamente, tanto tú como ese mineral estáis irradiados por él. Limon sufre una grave contaminación por... En esta etapa suelen aparecer... Afrontar la enfermedad de forma... Tiene lesiones internas importantes, y esto solo...
¿De verdad no se puede hacer nada más? Todavía. No le había dado muchas vueltas. Pero ahora que la par... Todavía no.
No debería decirte esto, pero... He oído historias sobre... No sé qué significa o si es real, así que coges...
Creo que... A ver, no voy a encerrarme aquí por unas toses de nada. ¡Toma ya! El problema es que no tengo mucho dinero. Ah, espera. ¿Y si te digo que tengo un enorme... ¡Sí! A ver si conseguimos dar con... En cuanto haya creo que puedo viajar sin ayuda.
Just trying to get through another day. Only 12 more hours to go. Ain't gonna happen inside this refuge.
There's a lot of supplies here that look ripe for the picking.
Should I get another suit? Too ostentatious, perhaps? Still, appearances count.
It's funny what comes to mind at a time like this. When I was little, I used to come here with my grandfather. Every morning, we'd sit right here, have donuts, read the paper, just the two of us. Everything changes. They got rid of the donuts, and the staff, and the whole world. This spot, it's still here. Joyce did her best. They all did. Hope they make it out there. As for me, I'm going to stay right here. Have one last donut. Whatever happens, happens. Everything changes, but in the end, I can't imagine a place I'd rather be.
All right. Settle down. I know the last few weeks have been a shock. We all hoped we could stay here forever. But when you stop and think about it, we've been blessed. So many people have had it so much worse. For the past year, the White Spring has been our home. A shelter from the storm just outside the gates. It's time for us to face that storm. But we're ready. Ready like none of us was on that day. We've had time to plan, to prepare, to stock up, to find friends to share the road ahead. The White Spring bought us that time. Let's make the most of it. Ladies and gentlemen, one last toast. To the White Spring.
That miscreant from Kratos scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude! There's a fine gentleman from Pittsburgh who has taken up residence here. Or he would be.
I think we can make this
Well,
place
hello,
nice.
darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. If you'll pardon me for just... That will be all. Please give my regard. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that... However, if you are here for the refuge and the fun... Not as such, dear. They have my whole... I am the management liaison for the White Spring, as I said, here to provide assistance to the response. My primary duties... Are you really, dear? How? Yes, I believe Fortunately, their ideals, if I may be totally honest with you, dear, but I think Appalachia could always use more people with... Yes, I believe, fortunately, their ideal... If I may be totally honest with you, dear, I have heard, but I think Appalachia could always use more people. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The refuge is being run by the Responder. They founded the refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to... Anyone in need of help, yes. You appear more well. The refuge exists primarily to serve those who can. There is a clinic, a kitchen. I'm so pleased to be able... Of course, dear. Very much. As such, now that we have new... I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity. Darling, Darling, you must understand. A place like... As was always the case, the truly well... As for the White Spring itself, the staff of top... No, not by any prior arrangement. Regular operation of the facilities had been... The Responders, believing it abandoned, with new and worthy occupants, until such time as the world needs... As I've said, I am... In addition, they still have... Of course, dear. What a wonderful thing for you to... As it happens, those industrious wonders have... They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals, if you don't mind me saying so. Indeed, isn't that marvelous? They sound... I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this. If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the... They call themselves the Union. Something of a... One of their representatives is currently staying with us. Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one. The poor individuals still living there. Well, they'll be better able to explain their contacts in the pit are in something of a desperate situation. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger. Oh, you're terribly brave. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you up, I just so happen to know a few in need. That other thing being... In an ideal world, darling, I'm sure they would. I don't want to speak for the Responders. Your assistance with their more immediate... My dear, you must understand. I am but a humble employee of the management. I hope... Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing. You can find her in there. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, and Miss Wagner over in the common area. When you are finished with... I imagine he'll want... Do feel free to visit me at your leisure.
It's nice to see people around who respond.
It's funny. The longer I'm here,
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the Responders sounded like too much work. Wonder what they're doing.
Well, seems like time. Look, I can stitch up a gash with the best of them. But Appalachia got a lot of folks here with sickness we don't... What we need more than anything is know-how. I've heard you're looking ahead into the pit, and the only safe way out of Appalachia is that metal bird Lennox has perched up on the roof. She don't fly without my approval, and right now, you ain't got it. So, that's the deal. You bring back Hope you don't mind hidden.
Bueno, ¿qué me dice?
No, Brax. We're hoping to find something there that can help us repair. Can the responders count? Nice. Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. Ooh, good to see you back. Better believe it. And it's my... nothing right now, believe that or not. So, well, it took a minute. When I first got back to Appalachia, a couple of folks wandering around wearing a uniform, but as I started reading everything I could, I realized that while the responders themselves...
All the places I could have ended up,
It was an army brat before the bombs fell.
I've never felt safer.
Dad's company took a direct hit. I wanted to do right by him, so I figured the next... wasn't easy. Me and a few other stragglers, not kind of experienced one. Sure thing. Nice enough place. Can't say I'm overly fond of this management that Orlando's wrapped up in, but I'm also not in love with all the hammering and drilling they got going. I keep the responders. We've grown enough now that most of the different... But everyone needs a fire lit under them. That, and keeping them... Depends on who you meet. Hell, I can't get Orlando to tell me about Orlando. Now, but I've never met this management. They go... Nice enough feller, considering what's going on back. I won't pretend but he knows who his people... Lord, that... If you're asking me about him, then I take it you haven't had truth told. I think the Brotherhood gave him a job. I begrudge their peace. Orlando? No worries. All right, then.
The work I do is extremely rewarding.
Take care.
Boy, is it tiring.
Been a long time coming, but the responders are back. For good this time. Hope you're here about the supplies I ordered. Wait. No, that's... What can I do you for? Yeah. Damn. Almost mixed some Comex in with the Med-X. Who labels these things?
Checked on Mark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Here to lend a hand, or 'cause you need a hand? Either way, the responders are here for you.
I love Esme's cooking. It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor. If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe.
Dash of this. Bonjour. My name is Esme Rousseau. We've had some I thought that we could help. I've started a pot. How wonderful! The stew. Your job. Super. Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process. My friend! Oh, me? Oh, my papa and I... I knew there was... I figured it would be... Life feels truly... Oh! My papa was an amazing chef in France. And together, I had dreams of owning my own... However, I like to think... Of course! It is... No one here works harder than her. She's... Sure. Au revoir.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get at the back by myself.
Fantastique. Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
No reservations required. Help yourself to any cable.
My friend, I hope you will stop by and join us for dinner sometime. Oh, me? Of course.
Robot butlers? Is this a refuge or a palace?
Hungry? Esme's always cooking something good up in the kitchen. Might want to swing by sometime.
There's no problem too big to solve. Well, hello there, stranger. Please, look around. A haven for the lost, Isn't it grand? Sort of. Well, I'm actually more in the material support.
Hope you're doing all right, Mama.
Now that Rutgers put me in charge of running, it might surprise you. We work hard to keep... So, here I am. You would not believe how... 50 units if you have it. Okay, that's all right. I hope you'll reconsider.
Happy thoughts. That's the way.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others. It feels like I've died.
Why even bother helping people that can't help themselves?
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about?
Considering all the places...
Always a pleasure to see a guest.
I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt safer.
Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
Oh no, the stew has burned. Here is your stew. Hopefully, either the settler or
Don't join the responders for cabs. They join to make a difference.
I hope the stew you made is well received. Please?